of my 30-day video challenge. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about parenting and really 5 parenting mistakes to avoid from someone who's already made them. Now, obviously, being a parent can be one of the most miraculous, beautiful, indescribable, fabulous experiences a person can be so blessed to have on this earth. But it can also be one of the most terrifying, hurtful, frustrating, and scary. Well, I guess I already said terrifying, so. But it can be a pretty hellish experience as well, depending on the ages of your children. So, obviously, you want to, if possible, which in most cases it's possible, you want to be proactive in your approach to parenting, meaning don't have kids as a teenager, number 1. Number 2, try to have yourself established first. So try to establish you as a person, deal with all your inner demons, your skeletons, all of that, work, get to a place where you're comfortable within your own skin, and you've figured out life to some extent. Get to a point where you're established in the world, so you're able to support yourself financially. You have a good support system as far as family, friends, things like that. Because I think all of those things, or those 2 things in particular, will make your life and your parenting a little bit easier. So, without further ado, here is and let me just make this disclaimer now. If you know me personally, you know I have a little bit of a potty mouth, so this disclaimer might not surprise you very much. But for those who don't, the contents of these mistakes the language might get a little colorful. So I apologize in advance to anybody that's offended. If you don't like it, feel free to exit the video now. Okay, without further ado, 5 parenting mistakes from somebody who's already made them. Never, ever, ever say, think, or believe, not my child. Yes, your child. Your perfect, innocent, beautiful little angel. Your child. Your child is capable of anything. Your child can be your child. Yes. So never say, think, or believe, not my child. Number 2. You are not a condom, and therefore you cannot prevent your child from being fucked and acquiring an STD of the world, also known as heartbreak, chronic teenager syndrome, and etc. So don't helicopter, don't try to protect them from everything. Allow them to be fucked, metaphorically. Number 3. Discipline is your best friend. Whatever your means of discipline is, spanking, grounding, whatever system you have, employ it. Do not falter on it. Be consistent with it. Do not spare the rod. Number 4. Your child cannot learn from your mistakes. Spare them the after-school special. Let them learn from their own. Those lectures, those long talks, those heart-to-hearts where you feel like you're making gain is really not doing much. They need to see for themselves. And depending on your child, if they're competitive, maybe they want to see if they can outdo you. If your child is insecure, maybe it'll give them some sort of inferiority complex. If your child thinks, not me, it can never happen, then maybe they're just going to still test their limits. So whatever the case, they can't learn from your mistakes. No matter what you've experienced or what you've done, they have to have their own path. They have to find their own lessons and learn their own lessons through their own mistakes. And number 5, and this can be applied to all aspects of your life, think before you react. As a parent, sometimes your kids will do things that will leave you completely dumbfounded and make you question every decision you've ever made in your life and make you want to overreact in some way, shape, or form. I think all parents should take a moment to breathe, to think, to vent to a friend, whatever your release is. Take a hot bath, but do something, find something, some sort of refuge, and do that before you react, before you implement that discipline, before you react to some news, before you get that talking back. Just take a minute, woosah, and think before you react. So I hope these tips help you in your parenting, if you haven't already figured them out for yourself, because learning the hard way is no fun. It never is. Yeah, so that is my day 12 video. Subscribe, drop a comment as far as what videos you'd like me to do in the future. If you have any suggestions, if you have any critiques or constructive criticisms, the whole purpose of me doing these videos is to be more aware of myself when I'm communicating, how to communicate more effectively. My hand gestures, my smacking of the lip. There's a lot of habits that I'm trying to identify and address. So if you feel like, oh my God, she always does something in her video, I hate that, just let me know. I don't know, it might be helpful.